Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Sarah, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. If you're learning English, then you're in the right place, because today we're going to tackle one of the trickiest topics for many English learners, the present continuous versus the simple present.
Hi everyone, it's Mark here. And yes, today's lesson is all about understanding the difference between two very important tenses, the present continuous and the simple present. If you've ever found yourself confused about when to use each of these tenses, you're not alone. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll feel much more confident using them correctly.
Exactly! So, the present continuous and simple present both talk about actions happening in the present, but they are used in different situations. This is where a lot of learners get confused. They both describe the present, but their meanings and uses are very different.
Right, and that's what we're going to explain today. The present continuous is for actions happening right now, in this moment, or for things that are happening around this time, but not necessarily exactly at the moment of speaking. On the other hand, the simple present is for habits, routines, and things that are generally true, like facts or permanent situations.
That's a great explanation, Mark. So, the present continuous is often used when we're talking about something temporary or something in progress. For example, you would say, I am studying English. This means that right now, at this moment, you're actively studying. It's something that's happening in this specific period of time.
Exactly. And you could say, she is working from home today. It's something happening at this moment, but it's temporary. It might not be permanent just today.
Now, on the other hand, we have the simple present, which is used for things that are regular, habitual, or permanent. For example, you might say, I study English every day. This describes something that happens regularly, not just right now. It's a habit or a routine.
Exactly. And another example, he works in an office. That's a general fact. It's something that's true all the time, not just in the moment we're speaking. You wouldn't say he is working in an office unless you were talking about something temporary, like he is working in an office today, but usually he works from home.
So, the key difference is that the present continuous focuses on things that are happening right now or in the temporary present, while the simple present is all about habits, routines, and things that are generally true.
Yes, and this is important to understand because using the wrong tense can change the meaning of your sentence. For example, if you said, I am going to the gym every day, that would be incorrect because you're talking about a habit, which should use the simple present. The correct sentence would be, I go to the gym every day.
Great point, Mark. So, today, we're going to break these two tenses down even more. We'll give you lots of examples and help you understand the rules for when and how to use them. You'll see that it's really not so difficult once you know the differences.
Exactly. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to use both tenses correctly in your everyday conversations. We'll also help you identify when to use the present continuous and when to use the simple present in different situations.
That's right! And remember, if you're at a B1 level, this lesson is perfect for you. You might already have a basic understanding of both tenses, but today we're going to make sure that you have a clear understanding and feel confident using them.
Before we jump into the details, we'd love for you to like this video if you find it helpful. It really helps us continue making these lessons for you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can keep learning with us.
Yes, subscribing is a great way to stay up to date with all our future lessons. And if you have any questions while we're going through this lesson, feel free to ask them in the comments. We love helping you and answering your questions.
All right, now that we've got all the important stuff out of the way, let's dive into the present continuous and the simple present in more detail. Are you ready, Sarah?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's start with the present continuous. As we mentioned earlier, the present continuous is used for actions that are happening right now, in the present moment, or for temporary situations. So, whenever you're talking about something happening at the moment of speaking, you'll use the present continuous.
Exactly. The structure of the present continuous is quite simple. You use the verb to be in the present, either am, is, or are, and then add the verb plus ing. So, for example, I am talking. She is eating. They are studying.
Yes, that's it. So, when you say I am talking, it means you are talking right now, as we speak. It's an action in progress. Let's break it down a little further. I am is the present form of to be for I. Talking is the verb talk with ing added to show that the action is ongoing.
That's right. And it's not just about what's happening right at the moment. You can also use the present continuous to talk about actions that are happening around this time, but not necessarily at the exact moment you're speaking. For example, I am studying English this week. She is working on a new project right now. Great examples, Mark. In these sentences, the action is happening around this period, but it's not exactly happening at the moment of speaking. It's a temporary action that's happening over a longer period. We wouldn't use the simple present here because these are actions that are not regular or permanent.
Exactly. The present continuous is perfect for talking about temporary actions or situations. For example, let's say someone just moved to a new city and is looking for a job. I am looking for a job. This means the action is happening now, but it's not permanent, it's just temporary until they find a job.
Exactly. And another key use of the present continuous is when you're talking about something that is changing or developing. If something is in progress or changing, you'll often use this tense. For example, the weather is getting colder. The company is growing quickly.
Yes, that's a great example. You wouldn't say the weather gets colder if it's happening right now and you want to show the change. You use is getting to indicate that this process is happening at the moment. It's an ongoing change, not something that happens regularly.
Another important use of the present continuous is to talk about future plans or arrangements. If something is already arranged or scheduled for the future, we use the present continuous to talk about it. This is very common when you talk about things that you have already planned or booked. For example, I am meeting my friends tomorrow. We are leaving for vacation next week.
Exactly. Even though these events are in the future, the present continuous is used because they are already planned or arranged. You wouldn't say, I meet my friends tomorrow, because that's a future event. The action is already scheduled, so the present continuous is the right choice here.
Right. So, let's review the key points for the present continuous. 1. We use it for actions happening right now or around this time. Example, she is reading a book. 2. We use it for temporary situations that are not permanent. I am staying with my cousin for the week. 3. We use it for changes or developing actions. Example, the economy is improving. 4. And we also use it to talk about future plans or arrangements. They are visiting us next weekend.
Yes, that's a great summary, Sarah. The present continuous is all about actions in progress, temporary situations, and future plans. It's a very flexible tense, and once you get used to it, it will be easy to use in your conversations.
Absolutely! Now, let's practice a little. In the comments below, write some sentences using the present continuous. For example, you could talk about what you're doing right now or what plans you have for the future. We'd love to see your examples. All right, let's move on to the other important tense, the simple present. While the present continuous is for actions happening now or around this time, the simple present is used for habits, routines, and things that are generally true. It describes things that are regular, permanent, or unchanging.
That's right, Sarah. The simple present is the tense we use when we talk about things that happen repeatedly or regularly. For example, when you want to talk about your daily routine, you use the simple present. For example, I wake up at 7 a.m. every day. She goes to the gym 3 times a week. They always eat dinner at 6 p.m.
Exactly. So, when you say I wake up at 7 a.m., it's not something happening right now, but it's something you do every day. The simple present is the go-to tense for expressing these regular actions. It's all about habits and routines.
Exactly. Another situation where we use the simple present is when we talk about facts or things that are universally true. So, when something is a general truth, we use the simple present. For example, the Earth orbits the Sunday. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Cats are mammals.
Yes, these are examples of things that are always true and don't change. We use the simple present to express facts or things that are permanent in nature. Now, let's talk about negative sentences in the simple present. To make a negative sentence, you use the verb do or does plus not. For example, I do not like coffee. She does not play tennis. They do not have any pets.
Exactly. Notice that for he, she, or it, we use does not, or the contracted form doesn't. So for example, she doesn't like chocolate. It doesn't rain much in the desert. And for I, you, we, and they, we just use do not or don't. We don't travel often. I don't work on weekends.
Good point, Mark. The negative form in the simple present is easy to remember, but it's important to get the do and does correct. Now, let's talk about questions in the simple present. To form questions, you need to use do or does at the beginning of the sentence. For example, do you like pizza? Does she study English? Do they live in London?
Right. And again, with he, she, or it, we use does, and for I, you, we, and they, we use do. So you can ask things like, do you play any sports? Does he have a car? Do they enjoy reading books?
Perfect. So, now you know how to make positive, negative, and question sentences in the simple present. But how do you know when to use it? Well, remember, the simple present is for things that happen regularly, things that are always true, and for habits or routines.
Exactly. Let's look at some more examples. I work from 9 to 5 every day. This is a regular routine. She reads books before bed. This is another habit. The sun rises in the east. This is a general truth.
Now, let's compare the present continuous and the simple present in a few examples. To really make the difference clear, imagine that you're talking about your routine. I work every day from 9 to 5. This is your regular routine, so you use the simple present. But if you say, I am working right now, you are describing an action happening at the moment, so you use the present continuous.
Exactly. Here's another example. I always drink coffee in the morning. This is a habit. I am drinking coffee right now. This is something that's happening at this moment.
Great examples, Mark. The key difference is that the simple present talks about things that happen regularly or are permanent, while the present continuous talks about temporary actions or things happening right now.
That's the difference in a nutshell. And remember, once you start thinking about whether the action is regular or temporary, it will be much easier to decide which tense to use. The simple present is for routines, habits, and facts. And the present continuous is for actions in progress, temporary situations, and future plans.
Exactly. And to finish up, we want you to practice using both tenses. In the comments, try writing a sentence using the simple present and the present continuous. For example, talk about your routine and something you are doing right now. We can't wait to see your examples. Wow, we've covered a lot today, haven't we? Let's quickly go over the main points to make sure everything is clear.
Yes, exactly. So, we've learned that the present continuous is used for actions that are happening right now, temporary situations, things in progress, or even future plans. For example, we say, I am studying English right now. She is working on a new project this month. A temporary situation. We are meeting at 3 p.m., a future plan.
ND, the simple present, is used for regular actions, habits, and facts that are generally true. So we use it for things like, I go to the gym every day, a regular routine. The sun rises in the east, a general truth. He speaks 3 languages, a fact or a permanent situation.
Exactly. And the key difference is that the present continuous talks about things happening right now or around this time, while the simple present talks about things that happen regularly or things that are always true.
Now that we've covered the theory, we want you to practice. Try writing a few sentences using the present continuous and the simple present. For example, you could talk about your daily routine using the simple present, and then describe something you are doing right now using the present continuous. It's a great way to reinforce what you've learned.
Yes, and don't forget to leave your sentences in the comments below. We love seeing your progress, and we're happy to help if you have any questions. We'll be checking your sentences, so feel free to ask for clarification if anything is unclear.
Yes, subscribing is a great way to stay updated with all the new content we have for you. And if you know anyone else who's learning English, please share this video with them. The more people who learn with us, the better.
Exactly! We are so happy that you're learning with us, and we can't wait to bring you more lessons that will help you speak English with confidence. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep practicing the present continuous and the simple present until they feel natural. That's right, Sarah. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. That's right, Sarah. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.
Goodbye. See you soon.